Ready for a Lumberjack show? Well, you have come to the right place. Welcome. We are Timberworks Lumberjack show. My name is Sue. I'm going to be your host, commentator, and official scorekeeper for this evening's competition, and quite a competition it is. I've got two professional lumberjacks that are going to compete here head-to-head in several different events. But before we get started, I'd like to give you just a little bit of background on how this all began. Now, back in the mid to late 1800s, America was rapidly expanding westward, and the timber barons of the East began to look to the Great Lakes states of Michigan, Minnesota, and our home state of Wisconsin and the huge white pine stands there. So in the fall of the year, the timber barons would send the lumberjacks up the old fur trader routes where they'd make camp for the winter. They'd cut and saw the logs into manageable lengths, and then using horse and oxen, they'd drag those logs to the banks of the river, stack them, and wait for the spring thaw. In the spring of the year then, when the ice and snow melted, they'd roll those logs into the river, float them downstream to the sawmill, and at that point their job was basically done. This is when the competitions began. Each camp thought they had the best chopper, the best sawyer, maybe the fastest climber. And the only way to find out who was the best was to have a good old-fashioned competition like the one here today. Now, in the spirit of that competition, I'm going to divide you guys into two different logging camps and give you each your own lumberjack to cheer for. How does that sound? We've got a good old-fashioned cheer we like to use here at Timberworks. You're going to want to shout this out whenever they do something you like, or maybe just to give them a little added encouragement today, and it simply goes, "Ayo-ho." Well, that wasn't bad. You guys can do better than that. On the count of three, I need your biggest, your loudest, your rowdiest lumberjack yo-ho. Ready? 1, 2, 3. That sounds great. Let's meet your lumberjacks. Camp number 9. Your lumberjack comes to you originally from Nova Scotia, Canada. He currently resides in Hayward, Wisconsin. He is a former Iron Jack World Champion. That means he competed in 4 disciplines back-to-back in one. He is an excellent chopper and sawyer. He's your lumberjack today, Camp 9, Dave Weatherhead. Camp 13. I actually saw some of you clapping for Camp number 9's lumberjack. That is not how it works here. Camp 13, what do we think of Camp number 9? There you go. Now you got the right idea. All right, Camp 13, your lumberjack comes to you originally from Hayward, Wisconsin. He currently resides in Charleston, South Carolina. He picked up the sport of log rolling at the age of 5 and has picked up all the other disciplines since. He too is an excellent chopper and sawyer, a great speed climber. He's your lumberjack today, Camp 13, Nick Hastard. All right, we're going to get things started up here on the deck. Our first event is going to be the single buck. Now, the rules in this one are simple. First complete just to hit the deck will be the winner here today. This tool was also known as the misery whip because of the pain that it caused in pulling it in the woods all day long. But a good pair of crosscut sawyers could do the work of a dozen axemen. All right, camp number 9, it's your first chance to cheer Dave on. You think he's going to win this first event for you? Camp 13 is looking for Nick to win over here. Well, let's find out who it's going to be. Sawyer's ready. 1, 2, go. Cheer on, folks. They can hear you. First complete list of the deck will be the winner here today. Camp number 9 or camp 13. There it is, camp 9. Dave winning for that first event here today. Well, we are going to move into our next event here. That is going to be the axe throw. They did this to decide who was going to do the more undesirable jobs in camp, like clean the outhouse, so they took it pretty seriously in our axe throw here today. We're going to give each one of our competitors a warm-up throw. Then they're going to get 3 throws apiece, and the camp with the highest score will be the winner here today. As they are warming up, I will run the scoring down for you. If they hit that center here today, they're going to get 5 points. Middle ring's going to get them 3. Outside will get them 1. We are all warmed up. You've got him down front. You can cheer your lumberjack on, boo and heckle the other guy. Camp 13. Here comes Nick. He is looking for a bullseye. And he's got it. Camp 13 starting off with the 5. Camp number 9. Here comes Dave. Can he match that bullseye for you? What do we think he has got? A 3. All right, Dave's on the board as well. All right, here comes Nick. His second throw. Camp 13, what do you think? Another bullseye? Give him a little encouragement there, Camp 13. He has got a 3. All right, he's got 8 points. Dave's got 3. Camp number 9, your second throw. Dave's got another 3. That takes him up to 6. All right, Camp 13, you've got a 2-point lead. Nick's looking for a bullseye, see if he can wrap this up here today. He has got a 3. That takes him to 11. Dave has 6. He needs a 5. He needs a bullseye. Can he do it, camp number 9? There is no pressure on Dave throwing for a bullseye. Nick giving him a little coaching there. Did he? So you did?
2019!
All right, so we're tied. What are we going to do then? Oh, geez, no, exit. We're not allowed to do that anymore, you guys. All right, one throw to center. Here we go. Camp 13, keep an eye on that spot. Nick needs to get a bullseye. Nick needs to get it as close to the center as possible. He's looking pretty good. Keep an eye on that spot. Camp number 9. Dave's got to match that now. Can he do it, camp 9? He cannot. There it is, camp 13. Nick just won the exit. We are going to move our guys back up here on the deck. Our next event is going to be the springboard chop. That's going to take place on these two trees you see standing here next to me. Now, if you remember, I said the lumberjacks did their work in the winter, so they had the ice and snow to deal with. They also had the flaring root systems of the trees they were trying to cut. They wanted to get out of that ice and snow and above that root system to where that tree became a constant diameter. This is where the springboard comes in. As you can see, we've got a pocket chopped in the side of these trees. The guys are going to insert a metal-toed board and they're going to hop up on that board. That's where they're going to start their chop. They're going to go about half to 3/4 of the way through on their front side, and then they're going to turn and finish their chop on the back side, much like a baseball player swinging both right and left-handed. Only these guys are doing it with an axe here today. One of the most dangerous and difficult chops in timber sports today. Looks like both of our competitors are ready. We're all tied up at 1 point apiece. Camp 13, you guys think it's going to be Nick winning the springboard for you? Camp 9 is looking for Dave to win the springboard. Let's find out who it's going to be. Choppers ready. 1, 2, go. All right, folks, cheer your lumberjack on. He is working hard for you here this afternoon. Both of these guys, a couple of excellent springboard choppers. You are going to watch them put a nice deep V on this front side before they turn and move around to their back side, also following a pattern while they chop here. They've only got to put one hit up that back side for it to be a legal chop. Looks like both of these guys got a good chop going. Camp number 9, who is cheering for Dave out there to win the springboard? Camp 13 is looking for Nick to win the springboard. Good way to tell who's ahead in this one is by whoever turns first. Keep your lumberjack going. Both of these guys, Dave's getting close to turning around. Nick's going to clear out a little more wood here on this front side. All right, Dave's around to the back side. Nick's still working on his front side here, Camp 13. They can hear you up here, Camp 9 and Camp 13. Cheer your lumberjack on.
Next in line. Swing, better swing, better swing, better swing.
All right, both of these guys doing a great job chopping for you here this afternoon. Nick clearing out a little more of that wood on this front side, trying to make it as easy as he can on the back side. Dave's just starting to wiggle here, camp number 9. Keep an eye on him. There it is, camp number 9. All right, we've got a rule here at Timberworks. The one who chops the longest gets the loudest applause. Keep it going, you guys. He's going to finish this one off for you. One more, there it is. When the new guys came into camp, they were known as buck leaders, and the camp bosses didn't necessarily know what they were good at. So they ran them through a series of events to see what their skill level was. That's where our relay race comes in today. We are going to be using tools that they used to use back in the woods and continue to use today, like a cant hook and a choker. And then, as I said, we're going to modernize things by mixing it in a chainsaw. The guys will be running Stihl chainsaws here today. All right, Dave's all wound up. All right, they've got their saws warmed up. Now they're going to start down front and using that big long hook that's called a cant hook. They're going to roll that log over to the bunk and using only the hook bunk their log. They're going to come on back, grab their chainsaw, start it, make one complete cut. Then they're going to put their chainsaw down, grab that metal cable that's called a choker, back to their bunk log, choke that log. First one to do that will be the winner here today. Camp 9, you've got a 1-point lead. You think Dave's winning the relay for you today? Camp 13 is looking for Nick to tie it up here in the relay. All right, let's find out. Ready? 1, 2, go! Using only that they've got to bump that log. They've got to come back, grab their chainsaw, start it, make one, and cut. All he's got left is to choke that log. He's looking pretty good here, Camp 13. Is it going to be Nikki? Yes, there it is, Camp 13. Now, as long as the guys have all of their safety gear on, we are going to move into another chainsaw event. That's going to be our hot saw race here today. Now, again, the guys are running Stihl chainsaws, only these saws have been modified specifically for this event. The muffler has been removed and an expansion chamber has been added. That releases the back pressure on this saw. It allows them to run much faster. They're going to fly through the wood here today. The guys are going to make 3 cuts, 1 down, 1 up, and 1 down. First 3 complete discs to hit the deck will be the winner. Now, I'm going to let them warm these up. They're a little loud. You may want to cover your ears. Ready, 1, 2, go. There it is, Camp 13. You watched him finish. Nick winning the hot saw here today. Well, you can't win them all.
Well, I thought I won that one, but even some lady on my team is going, no way. That's okay. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm going to guarantee a victory for my team in this next event. Yo-ho!
Wow, guarantee victory. How are you going to do that?
I'm real good.
All right, anything else?
Practice a lot. Practice every day. As a matter of fact, I'm undefeated in this next event.
Wow, undefeated. Well, that does sound impressive. Care to tell us why it is you're undefeated?
I'm the only one in it.
That's right. He is the only one in it. We're going to take just a short break from our competition. No points for this one, but whenever we happen to be out on the road and I have a lumberjack that has a special talent, we like to highlight that. And in this case, Dave is actually a speed carver, and he has agreed to do a little carving for us here today. Now, Dave, can you tell us what it is you're going to carve?
I'm not going to tell them. See, that's the fun part about speed carving. You guys all get to guess what I'm carving while I'm carving. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, well, that does sound like fun, but I see a lot of kids out here today, so how about a few clues?
Some clues, some hints. You want to get some hints? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll give you some hints here. If you guys can figure out what it's going to be, holler out the answer as loud as you can, all right? It's a little brown furry animal. Got everything off out here. Goes hippie hop down the trail. Delivers Easter eggs. Works for Energizer. Goes by the name of Roger Bugs 80 Peter. It is a bunny. You're right.
It is going to be a bunny. It's going to be really fast. You're going to want to keep an eye on it. All right, looks like you just leveled the top off. Nice clean cut there, ready to go. You're done. What do you mean you're done? Where in the world is your rabbit?
There he is, right there. Eyes, ears, nose, toes, tail. Give me a yo-ho if you like my bunny.
How about a yo-ho if you don't like his bunny?
Yo-ho!
Stop. I've had enough of you. You had your chance. You're done. Nick, help me out here. I promised all these people a carving of a rabbit. You know, and you see what Dave did. Can you do a little carving for us?
I can carve you folks a much better bunny than that. Just going to take me a little bit longer.
All right, we'll give Nick a chance here to do a little carving. That looks pretty good. What's next? Hard part. Alright, let me take a look here. You're done. That was pretty fast for a hard part. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. You're not. Sorry, you?
Oh, absolutely. Folks want to see him?
Yeah! Yo-ho!
Woo! do not encourage this. Are you kidding me? Come on, Nick. I promised all these people carving of a rabbit, you just kind of describe the face, and I don't know. Can't you add a little more detail?
Oh yeah, that slipped my mind. I can do that part next.
You're going to do what part next?
Oh, you said it. Detail. It's right in D back here.
Very funny. Details, maybe some facial features, something like that.
Okay, I tell you folks what, I'll do the tail first, come around front, throw some whiskers on this guy. Every rabbit has whiskers, right? Yeah. Right. And then this special cut I've been working on lately, furry fluffy eyebrows.
Wow, a rabbit with eyebrows. All right, well, you are. All right, what's first? The tail. All right, got the tail done. Looks good. Now what? Whiskers. Oh, shoot, Nick, what in the world are you doing now? What do you mean, what? Get that move on. What in the world? All right, you did the whiskers. Those look good. And now what? You gave it a mustache?
No, that's not a mustache. Hope you didn't touch that.
I did.
I wouldn't touch it again if I was you.
What?
It's a booger.
All right, jeez. What have you got left? All right, final cut, the eyebrow cut. Nick. Oh, whoops. Look at that. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's not going to fix it. Are you kidding me, Nick? Look at this thing. He is not fine. Jeez, you ruined the carve. You have completely decapitated the rabbit.
I'm not so sure about that. I think I might have just irritated him a little bit.
Yeah, well, you're irritating me right now.
Oh, you're trying to say this is my fault?
Yes, your fault.
Oh, no, I think we all can agree that this is Sue's fault, isn't it, folks?
My fault.
Yeah, I was doing this eyebrow cut. It was going good. She came over, waving her arms, screaming at me. She distracted me. She made me do it.
I made you do what?
Made me cut a hair too deep.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you know what? Yeah, you have a seat and think about what you did. Just sit down. Sometimes when you're working live, things don't work out. Well, think you're pretty funny, huh? How about a big round of applause for Nick, everybody? Nick, cute little thing that you carved.
Here's Robert the Booger, no big deal.
I don't mean that. I mean, show me that cute little thing you're sitting on. Folks want to see it, don't you? Oh, geez, no, not that. I mean, this little hair, it's a little small for you. What are you going to do with it?
It is small for me. Think find a little one out in the crowd here this evening. Give it away on behalf of Timberworks Lumberjack Show, Stihl Chainsaws, and Duluth Trading Company. So, if you are a little one and you want the chair, you got to put your hands up, make some noise, yell me. I see a little girl in the front in a pink O'Neill shirt. Can you come up here, sweetie? Emily, let's see a big round of applause for Emily. All right, you have to do two things for me. Give me a high five. You waved all nice people today. Okay, last, the most thing is this dad right here. Is it okay if she has the chair? Yeah, $20, pal.
That is not. That's a gift from all of us here at Timberworks Lumberjack Show and Stihl Chainsaws. Let's hear it for our hair chair tester, though. The next event is going to be the speed climb. Now, the race here today, with the wind, makes it a little tricky for these guys. So they are going to go to the L here today. They're climb to that and then come on the way back down to the pad. The first one to the pad will be the winner here today. As you can see, they have some special gear on for this. This is gear similar to that of a utility lineman. It's been modified a bit, though. Those gaps have been heated and bent so they don't stick quite so well. And they've also got a rope secured to their waist that actually has a steel cord in it, going to hold them nice and tight to that tree, and some leather gloves on their hands that's going to protect them from scraping on that tree on the way down. And of course, one piece of gear that we never leave home without is our Duluth Trading Company gear. All right, climbers ready, all the way to the L and back. Keep them going here, folks. Ready? 1, 2, go! Come on, folks. Both of these guys got a great time going. Looks like Nick's on his way down. Dave is right behind him. Who's it going to be, Nick or Dave? There it is, Nick. Flying up and down there today, winning this speed climb for you. Got one final event left here today. That is going to be our log rolling match. We're going to give these guys a chance to get out of their climbing gear. Only a couple rules in log rolling. Number one, they can't touch the center stripe and they can't touch each other. But you may see them splash some water, rock the log, do what they can to distract their opponent and knock them into the tank here today. They are rolling on Western Red Cedar, and we're going to go 2 out of 3 falls here today. All right, put your hands together, folks. Give your lumberjack a little encouragement here. Camp number 9 cheering for Dave. Camp 13 cheering for Nick. We are going to get these guys positioned at the front of the tank and get them a nice steady start here. Put your hands together. They tell me the louder you clap, the faster they roll here today. All right, they're in what's called a running match, facing in the same direction. You can see them concentrating on their opponent. There it is, rolling them right out the end. Nick in Camp 13 taking that first fall here today. All right, Camp number 9. Who thinks Dave's coming back to tie it up for you here this afternoon? Camp 13 is looking for Nick to take it 2 straight falls. Put your hands together, folks. Cheer your lumberjack on. This is going to decide the competition here this evening. They are pushed back. Oh, Dave, quick there. No worries here, folks. These guys are tough. We do this day in and day out year round. We're going to get them back out there for ball number 3 to decide the match here today. Nick, we're not done. Where are you going?
Done.
You can't go home. What happened out there?
Oh, I thought it was pretty obvious what happened.
How did it happen?
Sorry, Dave was a bit off balance there. He's going to pull out this new move I learned, the double whammy water kick.
What in the world is that?
Yeah, it's where you try and kick water with both feet at the exact same time.
That does not sound very smart.
Well, not smart at all. My left leg went one way, my right leg the other, body straight down, whammo.
Wow, did you hurt anything?
Yeah, it came down pretty hard. Right on my elbow.
But besides your elbow, how do you feel?
Like a brand new man.
Today, put your hands together. All right, we're going to get them a nice steady start here for this last ball. Concentrating on their opponent's feet. Trying to take control of that log. Great balance, as I said. They got it rocking. Who's it going to be? Dave or Nick? Winning the log rolls here today. Let's have a big round of applause for both of your lumberjacks working hard for you here this afternoon. On behalf of Stihl Chainsaws, we are Timberworks Lumberjack Show. That is Dave Weatherhead, Nick Hassett. My name is Sue, great big lumberjack. Yo-ho! We're going to open up that gate, folks. If you want one of the wood chips, come on up and grab one. We've got 3 shows again tomorrow at 1, 3, and 5. Come on back and see us. Enjoy your evening here at the National Salute to American Heroes.